Hey everybody, Alpha Glisi Trains. One of the things I do is I'll work on somebody's layout at the house, help them crawl under the table. If you've got back issues or problems, you need me to get under the table and run wiring, whatever. In this case, we made a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 trees added to the layout. Did a lot of landscaping. This is Bill Garvin's layout, and I'm going to feature it again on the channel. There is a video on the channel before Bill and I started to add the 1,000 trees and additional structures and did a lot of tweaking to the layout. So I'll show you the final video when posted. But for now, let me show you some of the projects Bill and I did. All right, this roundhouse, folks, was already glued in place. Bill, you bought this from, I guess, a train show, and it was already built.
Right, a Timonium train show.
Right, and the last thing you want to do is, if you spent months laying out the turntable and all of the angles going into it, the last thing you want to do is rip it up and redo it.
That was never going to move.
Right, so the thing was already glued down, so what we decided to do was we put an extension on for the big boy and the Y6Bs, 140 foot, and it had a pretty boring roof on it, and we added rolled roofing to it. Bill and I spent, the whole day today pretty much. Cutting up strips of paper. We're still weathering it. It's a work in progress, but the roof looks far different now than it did when I first started on this. It's just a much better looking building.
Doesn't it all look like the off-the-shelf kit?
Yes.
Not at all.
Let's pause. And again, I'm going to do a full video on this later, but Bill and I, we had to have added probably 1,000 trees. Wouldn't you say, Bill? Probably, maybe?
I'd hate to count them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bill had a tremendous amount of woodland scenics trees, and then we made a ton of Scenic Express super trees. Added some Fine Scale Miniatures kits. This is my coal tower from Fine Scale Miniatures. Again, folks, it's a work in progress. Still doing some flocking and some things. I've got Mr. Big Boy sitting over there. We've got a Campbell's kit that came off my layout, Bill Light, that we stuck down. Got this very interesting micro scale kit I built some time ago. We changed the name to Jimbo's Food in memory of Bill's brother, who passed away. We turned it into a Jimbo's Food Distributors. Added lighting today underneath the table, I guess running all of the Woodland Scenics plug and play wiring chips. Spent time weathering trucks and adding figures and details. We added rolled roofing and quite a bit of detailing to this meatpacking facility with some interesting signage custom made for his family, A&I Brothers Meatpacking, in honor of some of the family members, A&I Brothers. Again, this is a work in progress. We're still playing around with it, trying to figure out how we're going to get the lighting in this. So we've got a lot of wiring laying around here. Just quite a bit of adding structures, weathering structures, adding lights, adding just hundreds and hundreds of super trees. Again, I'm going to have a full video on this. This is a Howard Zane structure. This anchors this beautiful viaduct area. And I'll just give you a quick pan of the layout here. And let me pause this. Anyway, here's an interesting church here with sound effects. And anyway, we're going to be running trains on this layout and doing a full video on it soon, folks. But if you need help with your layout, trees, scenery, weathering, upgrading structures, anything of that nature, contact me at alpug1@verizon.net. It's what I do. I'll have the link below. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned to see the trains running on this fabulous layout once everything is done.